Hi, this is David with Hanson Carlin Architecture and Construction. Today is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to you. We are starting a new project here, and we're on the Little Spokane River. We have a beautiful lot here. You know what's really neat about the Little Spokane River? It's one of the only rivers in the country that you actually own the river. So that's a unique thing. So this property extends out, and these people own the river. It's just a fantastic view property. Over here, you've got a really neat pool area. And so one of the things I think about in our world today is with all the people is most of the best properties, most of the best lots are probably already have something on them. So the question is, when you buy something for the property, these people were just in love with this property, is what about the house? And so that's always a real question is can I remodel it? Can I live with it? Or should I tear it down? In this case, we decided this was a property that needed to be torn down. Let's go through and talk about why and what we're doing here. Several years ago, maybe 3 years ago, this client called us and we were booked out at that point. And so they were looking to get their home remodeled. So given that we were busy, they found a different architecture firm and they hired them, and they came out and said, well, yeah, we can remodel this house. And so they spent almost a year designing plans for this existing house. So none of the plans that they had designed were something that they were in love with, because when you're taking a home that has a stick frame with low ceilings, sure, you can move walls and this and that, but the main integrity and the structure of the house wasn't right, and it wasn't good. So given that they spent this year planning and well over $50,000, they had a set of plans that was worthless. They had a couple of contractors looked at them and they're going like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Everything, you know, how am I going to take and make anything out of this? So that was a pretty frustrating year for the client. They called us back and I looked at the house and we thought about it, and I just told them straight out, after looking at this, I said, you know what? This is going to be a better home to tear down than to try to save, because I'm going to spend double as much trying to fix what you have here, which is poor bones, low ceilings, and I'm essentially going to just tear the whole thing down anyway. Let's just have the house demoed and we can build what we want and get this type of structure and that we want without dealing with all of these things that were poor from the 60s. We're on the third story of this house, and this house was built, I think, in 1968, and the builder probably wasn't the greatest builder, but what he had done was he had stick framed this house, meaning no trusses were used, so you have a lot of the interior walls that are supporting the roof. Issues again on the third floor is the ceilings are again low. There's really, the floor here, you can't tell it, but this is sagging this direction. And the dormers, none of it looks out to the beautiful view of the river. I'm able to see this better from the outside, but these dormers were built really strange and funny. You have a step going up to them, and you know, this space is really worthless the way this was done. On the main floor of this home, I'm 6 feet tall. I can reach 8 feet. This is probably only 6'8". So you have the main floor of the home, and you have this hallway coming down through here with a super low ceiling. How do you fix this? You have a 5-mile long hallway. All this is a supporting bearing wall in this stick frame house. Low ceilings, a little bedroom out there, and then here's your master bedroom in here. And there's no, it's dinky, and there's no real view. You don't see the river or the pool or anything. So what did they do? They took the master bath, and that faces the river, but you can't see the river. Things you think, what are the people thinking? Here's 2 awning windows up at the top. Normally these are at the bottom, but your view line, you have a bar right in the way. You wonder who came up with these ideas. Main living space of the house. This is the premium space that you bought the house. You have the kitchen over here, pretty small, and then you have this little fireplace thing here. But again, we're not taking advantage of the views. The windows are small, the ceiling's low. You can't really even see what you bought the property for. Okay, we're in the basement of our home here by the river, and if I stand on my tiptoes, I hit my head on this beam. So you can tell the ceiling again is low. You have this daylight basement, I'll show you that in a second, but this great view out here. And so this could be just magnificent space, but it just all kind of feels like an old Hotel 6 right now. Our new plan is going to have these nice large doors going out towards the outside here, but you can look at this. You know, again, I'm not a real tall guy, but I am 6 feet, and the header here is like below 6 feet of the windows out here. So you're not taking advantage anything of this great lot, this great view with the construction. On the existing deck, whoever built this, there's 0 eaves on this house. No eaves on the sides, no eaves here. So water tends to leak all in the siding here. Really poor design to not have eaves in a northwest climate. All right, here's the front of our home. Again, you'll look at no eaves on the dormers. And the dormers don't look proportionately right for the size of the house. It's kind of weird looking, and I've always thought when you build dormers, you really better draw them good first so that you get the size right. On the side of the house here, the lot has quite a bit of rocks here, but there's one real saving grace to what we're doing here, is we started looking at the plan, and it's a pretty good size footprint, and what we're planning on doing is using the whole existing foundation, and the concrete's all in pretty good shape, and we're going to demo the house, and we're going to build the house off of the existing foundation. In order to get higher basements, what we've done is we've hired a structural engineer. We're going to pour the front side of the house taller and make that about 2 feet taller so we can get our basement 9 foot high interior. And then we've designed a home that fits perfectly on what we have here, that gives the customers all what they want. Plus we'll have air tightness, insulated values, so it'll be just a huge upgrade on the existing foundation. So that is a great thing that we can save some money doing that.